Hello everyone, welcome to this lesson. In this video, we are going to learn how to get started with the worksheet and field. By the end of this lesson, you'll know how to create a worksheet, configure the right field, how to search, filter, sort, and how to import data from Excel. With these skills, you can quickly build applications. Let's get started with a real-world case example. Mega Technology is a young company focusing on small hardware and cloud services. As new employees join, the HR department faces the challenge of managing more and more information. To solve this, they need an employee management application. What does this application need to do? First, it should have a complete employee directory covering onboarding, active and departed employees. Second, it should record all the essential details like name, gender, employment status, entry date, date of birth, age, phone number, and photo. And third, it should allow HR to take an existing employee roster stored in Excel and imported it directly into the application in bulk. Before we start operating in the application, we need to download the Excel file that comes with this lesson. We'll use it later to import employee records into the worksheet. Let's click to download the Excel. Okay. In the prerequisite lesson, after you pass the HAP brief introduction quiz, the system will automatically install a practice application. And at the top right of the page, you should see a button named Open the Practice app. Now let's return to the lesson Worksheet and Field. On the top right, you'll also see the same button. Click Open the Practice app and you'll jump directly into the Practice app, which is Employee Management. Right now the application is still empty. Let's build our app from the worksheet. Click from scratch. Type in the name Employee Directory. And then click Create. Great, we are now on the form design page of the Employee Directory worksheet. Let's take a moment to understand the layout of this page. On the left side, we have all the different types of fields. In the middle, we see the canvas, which currently contains the default fields, name, description, and attachment. Click one field. On the right side, we see the configuration panel. Well, we can easily change the field name, make a particular field required, or even set a default value for it. We can also set the field to be hidden or read-only. If we want to add new and additional fields, all we really need to do is simply drag the appropriate field from the left-hand side directly into the main canvas area. If we do not require a default field, we can simply select them and then proceed to delete them. Okay, now let's proceed to meticulously build the employee directory step by step with careful attention to detail. First, you will need to drag a new text field directly into the canvas area and then subsequently call it as name to accurately reflect its purpose. Next, let's add a single selected field for gender. And set the available options to male and female genders. We can also set the color for different options. And then you can also add another single selected field. We name it as employment status. and it should have some essential options available like onboarding and also probation. And regular and departed. Okay? Then add a new date field and name it as entry date. We can copy this field and rename the copy to date of birth. Now let's add a phone field. Name it as phone number. And an email field for the employee's email. Then add a member field and call it the employee account. Then you will need to add a new file field and subsequently name it as employee photo. And finally, we need a field for age. Since age changes every year, we can create a formula field to calculate the age for an employee automatically. Let's drag a formula field. Name it as age. Set the formula mode to date. And choose time from the moment. Regarding the calculate setting, you should choose the current date minus the target date, and the specific target date in this particular instance is the date of birth. The unit should be years. That completes all the fields we need for the employee directory. Now, before we save, let's talk about the title field. The title field is very important in HAP. In many places, such as when selecting related records or checking workflow history, only the title field is displayed. So, a good title field should be clear and unique enough to identify a record at a glance. For the employee directory, the best choice is name. Let's set name as the title field here. Click Set as Title. Now all the fields are configured. Click Save. After saving, click Close and the worksheet is ready. After closing the form design page, if you need to make some changes again, simply open the worksheet menu by clicking the three-dot icon here. And then choose the Edit Form option and you will come right back to this very same form design page. Okay, let's close. Now let's look at how we can enter data into the worksheet. There are three ways. The first way is to add data manually. You can click the Add Record button and fill in the employee record yourself. Like name is Tom, gender is male, employee status is onboarding, and submit. The second way is through public forum. By publishing a worksheet as a public forum, you can let anyone submit data without having to log in. This is great for collecting information externally. We can click the three dots icon again, find Set Worksheet, and find Public Release. Then we can enable the public forum. Here you can decide what field to display in the public forum by just select the checkbox. When you finish, click Down. By scanning the QR code or opening the link directly, people can fill in data through the public form without logging in, like this. Name is Ricardo, gender is male, and fill in the date of birth and submit. After filling the form, we can come back to the worksheet and see there's a record just added by us. And the third way is to import from Excel. Click the three-dot menu once more, and then proceed to locate the Import from Excel option. Subsequently, carefully select the desired file from your system. Upload the Excel file we just downloaded earlier. Click the Next Step button. We need to make absolutely sure that the very first row of data contains the column header information. Then click Next Step. Here, we specifically need to accurately map the various Excel columns to their corresponding data fields within the worksheet. If the field name and the column header is the same, they will map automatically. If that is not the case, we can simply adjust the mapping manually, just like this example here. Once everything looks good, click Start Import. Click Confirm. When the import is successfully, there will be a system notification. Just refresh the view, and you will clearly see all the relevant employee data appears within the worksheet, ready for your review. After we have some data, we should also know how to work with it. If you want to find someone quickly, use the search bar in the top right corner like Lina. And if you need to narrow down the data, use Filter to only show employees that meet certain conditions, such as the gender is male. Okay? And if you want to reorder the list, click a column header to sort by that field. Sometimes you may need to remove specific records. You can just select them and delete. Don't worry, deleted records can be restored from the recycle bin within 60 days. We can simply click the three-dot button and easily find the recycle bin option. Here, we can simply restore the data to its previous state or to permanently delete it. For this demonstration, we will choose to restore the data. And if you need to update information, you can edit directly. Or you can open the records detail page to make some necessary changes, such as, for example, updating specific fields. Let's update the employment status. On the right-hand side of the detail page, you will see a comments area where you can effectively communicate and collaborate with your colleagues. And in the log section, you can thoroughly review the entire detailed edit history of a particular record to clearly see what changes have been made and by whom. And that's the end of this lesson. Thanks for watching.